You know, not only is it hard to believe that we first went on the air some 33 years ago, but it was also around that time when Honda first introduced their first Africa Twin. Back then, it was a 650cc V-twin powered dual sport motorcycle, built to pay homage to the famous Paris to Dakar rally. Since then, the Africa Twin has gone through several incarnations, most significantly with the launch of the all-new CRF 1000L back in 2016. This year, the big liquid-cooled parallel twin shed a whopping 4.5 kilos, while the engine received a pile of mods boosting displacement to 1,084 cc's, hence more power and torque. That revised parallel twin engine also sports 4 riding modes, while the dual clutch transmission version also now has 4 modes. What also sets this Africa Twin apart from its predecessors is that it now comes with a 6-axis IMU that monitors the twin's attitude in real time. The IMU's black box also manages the selectable torque control, the cornering ABS, the wheelie control, and the new rear lift control. All in all, it's a very high-tech, off-road oriented adventure machine designed to be just at home on the dirt as it is on the pavement. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here now is this week's road tester, Rally Connect's off-road riding expert, Kevin Burnett.
So Kevin, I am thrilled that you were able to join us today and sample the Africa Twin because as far as I know, you've ridden every version of this motorcycle.
That's correct, including the originals.
Including the originals. So what a great benchmark. Right now we're looking at the ultimate Africa Twin. This is the version that comes with active suspension. It's got telemetry. It's basically got a computer in there somewhere that's watching everything you're doing, including a dual clutch transmission.
Yeah, so it's shifting for you. It will do everything but brake for you, really. You have to keep an eye on where you're going. The rest of the bike's going to do it.
Before we get too deep into the telemetry and what it can do and all of those 17 buttons?
17 buttons on this.
And the 17 buttons on your left hand. Let's just talk about the engine itself. Did you feel any difference with the new motor?
Yes, so it has the needed torque that the 5-year-old version needed.
Yeah.
It was a little lazy, I felt, and this will jump. Even at low RPM, it will pick up and go. It even has a tuned exhaust with dual chambers in it, depending on what the velocity of air is.
Yeah.
It will change, not that it gets loud, it just changes the exhaust to tune your input.
Yeah, so it's snappier.
Yeah, snappy throughout the range. It's very consistent. It's not like there's a peak in there at all.
Yeah.
It has very straight torque curve.
We know the brakes have always been impressive. You've got ABS brakes, you can turn them on, you can turn them off. But the big news beyond the braking and the acceleration is the suspension. Now you've got active suspension. How did you like that? Did it work for you?
It definitely works. So it will keep track of how fast the suspension is cycling through its travel and adjust the valving to keep you from bottoming out.
Right.
In that particular situation in milliseconds.
Wow.
It makes adjustments.
So you were saying this morning on the freeway, you were experiencing a lot of vibration and bumping. You just made a switch right on the fly and right away you smoothed out the suspension.
Within 1 second I could feel a difference between hard setting and medium setting.
Yeah.
It just settled the bike right out and it was very solid.
Nice. So the bike is shifting for you. It's assisting your braking. It's adjustable completely from a suspension standpoint. What's it like to ride?
Obviously even better than it was before because it is thinking of the next move. It actually predicts your move by a quick touch of a brake. Even if you're not applying braking, it will downshift, getting ready for your next move. Say you're setting up for a corner. You can tap without actually putting on brake and go through the corner at a lower gear.
Yeah.
Of course, you can always dial in the gear plus minus.
Yeah.
That's always in your control. Even when it's in automatic mode, you can still shift up and down, similar to what cars do.
Yeah.
And on the exit of the corner, it will continue the shifting for you.
And let's just go back to the 17 buttons. What's that all about? You can literally dial in every single thing about this motorcycle now.
That's correct. And There's even a simulator online that will lead you through all the options, how you change your screen, and you can get to know it that way. You can sit on your couch and get to know your motorcycle. Or there's 5 screens that are generic. They've got several different versions of riding that typically have the following settings.
Yeah.
So you can just pick through those all day long.
So who are we recommending this motorcycle to?
I'm going to say mid-experienced people to very experienced. If you want to cross the country, this is perfect. If you want to travel in traffic, this will save you a lot of trouble. You won't have a left hand cramp by the time you get out of the traffic jam. You cannot miss a shift. The other thing that I didn't point out is if you got a passenger, you know that odd circumstance where you don't quite get it.
Yeah, and you're smacking helmets. Yeah.
You are a rock star on this. You can't go wrong. It will always get it perfect every time.
Right. That's how I want to end this. This is for a rock star. And if it's not, it'll make you look like a rock star. I like it.